Hello everyone and welcome for this new tutorial. Today we will see how to use the new feature in Unreal 5.4 in PCG, the PCG Biome. This tool is very cool. You will see you can create some biome and it will automatically add the mesh for that biome into the world. And you can use the texture to actually say which part of the landscape is which biome. So you will see it's very nice. I had to test a lot of stuff to figure out how to use the PCG Biome. And if you find this tutorial useful, please don't forget to leave a like. And subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. On the next video, we will see how to use Gaea to create the world. And with Gaea, we will be able to get texture for that Biome plugin, you will see. So I have prepared a nice map with some mountain, with a desert, with some forest. And we will see how to implement the PCG Biome. Okay, so here we are in Unreal. And here is the map that I have created. I use the water plugin and the landmass plugin to generate the mountain and the little hill on the landscape. I have prepared a desert biome. We have the mountain biome. We have some snow that we will use for the snow biome. We'll put some trees on there. And we have all the green stuff, which will be our forest. And we will start implementing the PCG biome. First of all, we will go into the plugins and we will have to enable the PCG Biome plugin. We'll use PCG and we can see we'll first enable PCG. Yes. We'll get all of the PCG plugin. Up. And now we can see that there is PCG Biome core and the PCG Biome sample. We'll enable the core. If you want to check the sample, you can use the PCG Biome sample. Us, we don't need the sample as we will do everything ourselves. So we just need the PCG core. And we'll restart the project. Okay. So let's start by creating our first biome. We'll go into the content folder. We'll create a new folder. We'll call that PCG. And in here, we'll create a folder, we'll call that biomes. And inside, we will start with the forest biome first. So then we can right click and we will go into the miscellaneous. And into the miscellaneous, we will go into data assets. To the data asset, if we type in here a biome, we can find some instance. And the one that we want will be the biome asset template. And we will need some biome definition template. We'll start with the biome asset template. Select that. The biome template underscore forest. We'll open this and now we can select some assets. If I press plus, you can see that we have a lot of options. This will be the setup for each of the mesh that we want to spawn into our forest biome. We'll keep it at 1 for now. We will choose the default generator and then we will choose the mesh. In the mesh, we will choose trees. I have some from the Dreamscape series. I really like these assets. So I'm going to go into meshes and into trees and we'll get, for example, this tree. I really like this tree. I'm going to click there and now I have my tree. We can see that we have a lot of options that we can select. We can see some of the normal stuff that you can see into PCG when we do static mesh spawner. We have the cull distance, we have the world position offset disable distance. We have if we want some shadow, if we want it visible, if we want collision. All of this is all of the stuff that normally we set in PCG. But by setting them in here, it will take this asset and add all of the different configuration on this asset. And when it will spawn it into the world, this tree will have all of the stuff that we have put in here. We'll keep everything as default for now. We'll see later to change it out. Okay, so we'll have one tree for now. I'm gonna save and close this. I'm gonna go back into my PCG folder and I'm gonna go and create a new into miscellaneous data asset. We'll type again biome and now we'll need a biome definition template. We'll call this biome definition underscore forest definition. I'm going to open this and in the biome definition we have to specify the biome name and the biome color. This will be useful and you will see after how it works with the texture. For example, into the forest, I will call this forest biome and I will specify a color. It will be green. And into the green, I'm going to go into 0, 0 and 1 into the green. If I open this, I have 0, 1, and 0. So everything that will be green on my texture, it will be a forest biome. And you will see this is very, very important. We will save. Now we need to create a blueprint. We'll go into all classes. We will type a biome. We will need a PCG biome setup. Select that. bp_forest biome setup. And now we can import this into the level. We can put it anywhere we want. We don't really care. I will open it. And in here, we can see we have the definition and the asset that you have created. So we'll choose our forest definition. And into the assets, we will click plus and we'll add our data asset for the forest. Okay. Now this is set up. We can see that we still have nothing into the world, but we are very soon good. We'll go back into the biome folder and we will need to create a blueprint class and it will be of type biome core. Select that, bp_biome core. And this will be the blueprint that's gonna make the generation of the biome. So the biome core will check if there is any biome setup, and if there is any biome setup, and if the color is green, it will add the forest. You will see. I'm gonna add this biome core. We can see that there is a box around, and it will only generate the biome in this box. So I'm gonna increase it to be on top of the entire landscape. I have a huge landscape. Up. Okay. I'm gonna put it like that. And it should be good. And you're probably wondering, there is still no trees because we didn't specify the texture. But first, before adding the texture, create in here a new blueprint class. We'll go and type biome. And we can see that there is the PCG Biome Spline or the PCG Biome Volume. We will start with the spline. The volume will be the exact same. It will just be a square or a rectangle, but I prefer the spline. So we create the spline. Call this bp_biome spline. And we'll add this into the level. So we have our little spline in here. If we check on the biome spline, I will rename this to be forest. And we can set the definition to be the forest definition and the asset to be the forest asset. And now we should have some trees that's gonna generate in here. Let me just click on generate. Okay, it's not working. If we go into the biome core, we can see in here we have some parameters that we can override. And we will override the debug display biome cache. We can see that in our spline, it added the green color for the to add some forest, to add the forest. So it actually should be spawning. There is a little issue that we need to configure. As you can see, the 000, we can see the 000 is here, and our landscape is below the 000. And so it's only spawning the trees if it's above the 0 into the z-axis. I actually need to say that the trees can be even below 0. To have less trees, I put the self prune. It will remove all of the trees that are overlapping with each other. To actually get better result, we should create our own biome generator with our own graph, with our own PCG graph. That's gonna spawn the stuff with the point, with the density and stuff like that. For us, we'll just use the self prune for now. Otherwise, this video will be too long. But there is the Z min in here. And it's gonna remove everything that is below 0. And we will change that to be -200. And we will see we should have more tree. Now we have a nice forest. And we can see we have our forest biome. That's pretty cool. Now we'll create our other biome. Let's start by making the desert biome. Create a new folder, desert biome. We'll need one data asset. Up. We tap biome. Biome asset a template. Hop. Desert biome. Or asset, I have some grass that should go into the desert. Where are they? They're from Megascan. Is this one? Desert cotton. So we'll add this into our desert assets. Up. Let's get this one. We'll make that as nanite. Up. Can use it in here. The generator will be the same as the forest. It's gonna be fine. Keep everything like that for now. We will see if we need to tweak it up. Now we need to create our blueprint setup. It should be the biome PCG Biome setup. Hop. Blueprint desert biome setup. Hop. We'll open that and we will set, we need to create the definition first. So we'll create our new data set, the biome definition template. Call this desert definition. Hop. Biome name desert biome. The color will be, we'll use something yellow. We put 1 into the red and 1 into the green to be perfect yellow and 0 into the blue. We can save that and close. We can close. We'll go into the biome setup of the desert. The definition will be the desert definition and the asset will be our desert biome. File and save. We'll add this into the level everywhere we want, anywhere we want. And now we can use another spline. For example, we'll go into my biome and into my biome spline. I will add it there. I will change the definition to be desert definition and the asset to be the desert biome. Okay, so I found out I had an issue with the forest biome is because of into the biome spline, we can change the Z extend. That means that it's gonna work 1600 on top and 1600 on the bottom. That's why they couldn't add the trees into the bottom with the Z minus that we had into the biome asset. You have to be very careful. There is a lot of configuration to do. It's pretty complicated, but when everything is set up, you will see when we recreate the texture and everything will spawn, it will be incredible. You will see. Here is our snow biome. So it looks pretty weird as everything is in line, but as the other one, it's because of the generator. We have the little stuff there. We have the stuff in the desert there. Everything is set up. Into the biome core, if I go into this component biome core, we have a lot of parameters that we can override. And we will display the biome cache. So you can see the different color. This is the forest biome with the spline. So the spline is actually putting some color onto the landscape. And as we say that the green is the forest biome, it's actually adding the forest biome onto the green. We have the red for the snow, the blue for the mountain, and the yellow for the desert. And we can use this different color into a texture and apply that texture onto the landscape. And we will see everything will be generating on one go without using the spline. So I'm just gonna remove the different spline. They will disappear, everything will be regenerating, everything will be blank. And we are gonna go into Photoshop to create the texture. Before going into Photoshop, by clicking on the landscape, we can see the resolution of the landscape is 2070 by 2070, and we will use this for the image of our texture. And now we can add the different color. Okay. I'm gonna put this on the side. First, we will start with the green. So I'm gonna get the green. It will be 0 into blue and 250 into the green. And we're gonna need to have the forest. It will start from somewhere there. It will be like this. It's not gonna be very precise, but you don't really want to do that by hand. You should do it with Gaea. Gaea, we can generate the landscape and generate the color for the biome, for the different biome, and you'll be able to use that with the landscape generated in Gaea to create your biome automatically. But I don't want to go into Gaea, otherwise it will take forever to do that. But we'll just do it simple like that. In here there is the mountain. We have some lake in here, so I'm just gonna do something like, hopefully like that. Let's increase the size and color everything this green. Up. Okay. I'm gonna do this also green. Okay. Now I'm gonna get the yellow to be green and red. Up. This will be the desert. Okay. Now we'll get the blue. Blue 250 for the mountain. This will be the mountain. And then we need the red one up for the snow. Put some snow there, there. Okay, we'll go with this. So we'll export as a PNG. 2017 by 2017, export that. This texture underscore biome map. And now we can import that into Unreal. In this texture. Okay, so I'm gonna create the biome texture projection. Let's go into PCG and we'll create a PCG graph instance. PCG texture biome. Open that. The graph, if we type in here texture, we can find the project texture. And now we can use the texture to project on. This will be t underscore biome map tree. And we use the debug projection because I would like to see it on the landscape. I will save to make sure it's not crashing. I need to change this channel to project to X, Y, Z. Up. Okay, okay. We need to change the texture size because it should be too small. Use landscape as world origin true. Okay, we'll save. We'll keep this on the side. Now we'll go into our biome core. Up in here, the biome core, and we can plug the biome texture projection instance to be the one that we just created. And we should have the texture on the landscape. Okay, so if we look at what we have, we can see we have some repeating stuff. In here we have a all. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hole. So that means the texture has been projecting 8 times into this axis and probably 8 times into the other axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Something that we will do is that we will go into here the PCG biome. And I'm just gonna clean up first my PCG biome to make sure that my computer doesn't explode. And we will multiply this by 8. We'll save, and now if we regenerate, hopefully it will be as we want. We will see. It will project the texture onto the landscape. You can see it's almost done. We can see our texture is just not, it's rotating not in the good way. I think I want it like that. I'm gonna close, I'm gonna re-import. We will see. Right click, re-import. And it should be updating straight away the PCG, and we will see. Okay, here we are. We can see that we have our texture projecting into the landscape. Okay, so that's it. We saw the entire process to create the biome. Now we should actually add some assets into the data asset of the biome. Add multiple assets. Change the weight of each asset to make them generated nicely. Change the biome generator, but we'll do that into another video. I will keep this, but you can see that with the texture, it's a little bit tricky to have the nice texture on the landscape. The best way is to use Gaea. So we will see that in another video. We will use Gaea to generate the landscape. We can create a huge landscape that looks real. And with some of the modules in Gaea, we will be able to paint the landscape with a different color and use them into the biome texture projection. And by mixing these two, we can have a huge landscape totally filled up with stuff in a few minutes. So that's it for now. It was all of the configuration that we have. There is still some other stuff that we can configure. There is some filter, there is some runtime biome that we can change. There is a lot of stuff that we can change. But this is the basic to start using the biome. That's it for today. We saw a lot of configuration on how to use the PCG biome. The texture projection is pretty cool too. We saw how to use it. Next time we will see how to use Gaea to generate this projection texture and generate the landscape and create the different biome for us. And we will just need to create our different assets, put them into our biome asset, use the biome definition with the Gaea texture, and everything will be populating by doing just some few configuration. So that's pretty cool. There is some more settings that you can go through. You can go and check it out. And so next time we will see how to use Gaea, and the other next time we will see how to use the biome generator. We'll create our own PCG graph to generate all of the assets, to have some nice assets with some noise, to not have everything like going next to each other, and have some noise to break the spawning. All of that, we'll do that in another video. If you don't want to miss that, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you like this PCG biome and if you got all the information that you need to start messing around with it. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. And that's it for us. I will see you next week for the next video. Bye.